messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu ballerini tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Balla, non pensiamoci, balla, divertiamoci, balla, sorridiamoci, balla, e diciamoci basta. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, qualcosa vuoi dimenticare, tu balli e non ti stanchi mai, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, tu sei diversa e non lo sai, tu ballerini tra di noi, ma sono tristi gli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me. Ho messo gli occhi su di te, per una storia che non so, che vuoi nascondere ma che sta tutta là negli occhi tuoi, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me, è come sei, somigli un po' a me.
Hello, good evening, and welcome to the latest Starfury Facebook Live. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to update you on the latest news for Starfury conventions. We've just had the Vampire Ball last week, so I thought it'd be an opportunity to come on and have a chat to you all about what's going on with Starfury. Although we don't have much new news, with 3 events we had back to back. We had Crossroads 3, then we had a few weeks break, then we were straight into Enchanted, and then we had a 3-week break and we were straight into the Vampire Ball. I had hoped to announce some guests for Highlanders and for Survival 5 and for Crisis tonight, but I've been so busy I haven't finished off those deals, and I don't like to start announcing guests until ink's wet on the paper, well, dry on the paper. So there's not much, well, there isn't really any announcements for the confirmed guests, confirmed events, but we do have 2 event announcements that I wanted to make tonight, and I thought Facebook Live would be the best way to announce these 2 new events that we have going on for next year. And what a year this year's been. I mean, we went through a 22-month break without a Starfury event due to the COVID pandemic and lockdown, and so we haven't had any conventions. We weren't really able to do anything, and the end of last September, we finally came back with Crossroads 3, our supernatural event. And we've now held 3 events post-pandemic. I think I can safely say that all 3 of them were a big success. All the attendees had a great time, and all the guests and the attendees all commented on how safe they felt at the event as well. I think that we've managed to strike a perfect balance with the socializing that you want to get at a Starfury event while still making it safe coming out of this pandemic. And I think, we haven't had any reports of anybody catching COVID at the event. everybody felt safe and everybody had a great time. I mean, the Vampire Ball last week was an incredible party. It really was. And it just felt so fantastic to be back. And we've now got our 3 events done for 2021. So we're starting to look at 2022. As I said, we are making sure that our events are COVID safe while still maintaining the social feel and the community feel that people have come to expect from a Starfury event. It's a difficult balance to maintain, but I'm making sure that I do it. What we've been doing is been asking people to show COVID passports or a negative COVID test when they arrive at the event. For 2020, we can't change terms and conditions. So if you've already bought a ticket, that's not an issue. But we are looking to change. We have been changing the terms and conditions. So please be careful if you're buying tickets for a future event. If you already have purchased a ticket, that doesn't affect you. But we are currently looking at making it mandatory to have a COVID vaccination passport when you arrive at the event. It's something that the guests want. It's something that makes us all feel safer. If you can't get a vaccination due to medical reasons, then you'll need to contact me and we'll have to take it from there. But otherwise, we will start insisting going forward that people be vaccinated. We have also been requesting people wear masks at the event just to stay safe. We haven't made it mandatory. We'll have to see how that goes in 2022. We have been having face shields worn in the meet and greet receptions, and we've been having no touch in the photo ops. Although I think I can say, having seen how the photo ops came out from the past 3 events, that even with no touching, we had pose ideas on display. We discussed it through with the guests. I think all the photo ops came out looking great. We even had an Impala brought in for the Supernatural event. And I will confirm that I will always make it clear in advance what we will be expecting from attendees at the event in terms of COVID safety. And I can confirm we won't ever be using plexiglass or having guests wear masks during the photo ops. Going forward, as I said, with Starfury over this past term, that we try to make our events as COVID safe as possible while still making it still a community social feel to it. At the same time, we've had refund periods on most of the events. So we've taken care of those who couldn't make events. We don't start re-advertising guests until they have confirmed that they can do the new dates. And also, if a guest cancels or can't make the new dates, then we've been giving refunds and not credit on those guests. So I hope you feel that how we've handled post-pandemic, bringing conventions back, I hope you all feel that you can feel safe with Starfury as we're treating you as customers. And we're all part of a family on the convention scene. We want you to still feel that way. And I'm trying to make it the best experience possible and the safest experience possible. So that's 2021 done. We had 3 great events. We had a fantastic Supernatural event. We were back with Supernatural. It was one of the best events we could have come back with. Supernatural fans are some of the friendliest. It really is. They call it the Supernatural family. So it's a perfect fit for Starfury. The guests were fantastic. We all had a great time. Then we had our Enchanted event, our Once Upon a Time event, and that went great as well. We had some amazing cosplay, some awesome guests. We had some last minute cancellations, unfortunately, but at the same time, I was able to get in what I felt was some really good replacements with Sean and Keegan, and the parties went fantastically. And last week we had the Vampire Ball, our annual event for Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I think that went fantastically. It really was a fun event because the Buffy fandom is just amazing and they know how to party. It was a great event. We're going to be resting the Vampire Ball for a period now. We might look at bringing it back in 2023 or 2024. We'll have to see how it goes on that. But if that was to be the last one, we gave it a fantastic send-off. And that nearly brings us to the end of 2021. And after 2 terrible years in lockdown, dealing with this pandemic. I think that we've brought it back. We've given a great end to 2021, and we still have half an event to go. I kind of describe it as half an event. It's not a proper convention. It's a party. It's just a social party, a way for us to all get together and hang out with our convention family and celebrate the new year. And at the same time, it's a way of me saying thank you to everybody who supported Starfury. And that's our New Year's Eve convention, Starfury Destiny. So it's half an event for 2021 because it's 1 foot in 2021 and 1 foot in 2022. And Starfury Destiny is our New Year's Eve convention, and that's going to be taking place on the 31st of December and on the 1st of January. And that's going to be at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. Now, there's just so to quell any rumors, I know that some people were a bit worried about what was going to be happening with Destiny, and myself, for a while, I didn't know myself. I couldn't really promote it or say anything because the Renaissance had a contract with the Ministry of Defence that went until the 31st of December, which would have meant that we would have had to cancel Destiny. But the Renaissance felt that in those cases, it wouldn't go to that full period. So they're waiting to see what would happen. And it's now been confirmed that the Renaissance is reopening on the 16th of November. So it's reopening next week, and we're totally fine for Starfury Destiny. So if you want to join us for that, you can. We'd sold out hotel rooms, but the Renaissance has increased the room allocation, and I'm going to put the room link back on the website. I'll get Joe to do that for me in the next day or so. So if you want to come along, you can book a room now for the Renaissance Hotel. And the tickets are free. Well, they're free if you attended any of the Starfury events that took place this year, or you're booked for any Starfury event that's taking place next year. And it's a free party. It's not a convention in the usual sense. There's no autograph sessions, there's no photo sessions or guest talks. It's just a chance for fans to get together, celebrate the new year, and have some fun. But we do have a guest. Jonathan Woodward will be joining us at Destiny for that weekend. He's not going to be doing photos or autographs. Instead, he's going to be hanging out, joining you guys in the bar, on the dance floor. He'll be probably doing some tarot card readings, and we'll be having a COVID-safe communion on the Friday night on New Year's Eve. So that's Starfury Destiny. Tickets are free, doesn't cost you a penny. If, however, you've got a friend who hasn't done Starfury events before, or if you're somebody who hasn't done Starfury in a while, maybe you used to do our Battlestar Galactica events or our Lost Girl or Veronica Mars, and you want to see your convention family, you can buy tickets. They're priced at £30, but they're absolutely free if you've attended a Starfury event this year, if you were at Crossroads, Enchanted, or the Vampire Ball, or if you're booked for any of our events next year. So that's how we're ending this year, and that's how we're going to be starting the new year. And to be honest, I think that we really need it after what's happened this year, and it'll be great for us to have a celebration. And then that brings us straight into 2022. And our first event of 2022 is a Sabrina convention for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, which I hope we have a trailer for to show you. So that's Greendale, our event for fans of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I loved this show. It was on Netflix. The show is absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, it's going to be a very small con. It hasn't had the pickup that I expected. So it's unfortunately going to be a one-off convention. So if you're a fan of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, this is probably going to be your only chance to come to an event that's purely for that show. So don't miss out. The details are up on our website. It's taking place at the Renaissance Hotel. The guest lineup is headed by the wonderful Miranda Otto. We also have joining us Lucy Davis. Also along will be Chance Perdomo. Another guest is Tati Gabrielle, who some of you will remember from The 100, and she's going to be in the new Uncharted movie. And we also have Richard Coyle. So that's how it's looking for our Greendale, our event for fans of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Now, to just quickly segue, I just saw on the message board some people asking about testing centers, and people are traveling to the event and you have to get your day 2 tests. All the Starfury events that we have for 2022 are taking place in Heathrow at either the Renaissance or the Radisson Blu, or they're taking place at the Birmingham Hilton. And both of those venues are by the airport, and there's lots of testing centers within the airport itself. So there are testing centers available in the airport. If you do have any difficulties, if you're coming to the event from abroad, if you're coming from Europe or America or somewhere like that, and before the event, COVID protocols are still in place in regards to going to testing centers and having a day 2 test, feel free to send me an email. I'll send you the links that you need and give you some of the information you need. You can email me at info@starfury.co.uk. Now, after our event for fans of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, we move on. The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina event, that's a small one, surprisingly a small fandom, which has shocked me. Our next one's huge. It's huge. It's already sold out. We're covering the most popular show in the world, and that's Lucifer. People can't get enough of that show. So we're going to be doing Lux 2, and Lux 2 is taking place next year from the 18th to the 20th of February at the Hilton Metropole Hotel. And here we have a trailer for you. So there you go. That's Lux 2, our event for fans of Lucifer. It started out on, I think it was Fox TV in America, and in one of the stupidest moves ever, they cancelled it. Netflix picked it up, and it was just huge. And we had our first Lux event back in 2019, and it was a massive success. It was one of the most fun events we've ever run, and we've got an incredible lineup for you. Some amazing guests, headed by Lucifer himself, Tom Ellis. We also have Leslie Ann Brandt. Also joining us is DB Woodside. Fans are very happy that we've got Rachel Harris joining us, as she wasn't able to be along at the first Lux event. Also joining us is Kevin Alejandro, who kept the parties going at the first Lux convention. Another guest we didn't have at the first Lux event, but we're correcting it this time. We've got Amy Garcia joining us. We also have Trisha Helfer, who's kind of science fiction royalty after her role on Battlestar Galactica. One of the newest cast members for Lucifer is joining us, Imbar Lavi, who plays Eve on the show. We have the show's producers, Ildi Madrovich, and also Joe Henderson. And we have the comic book artist behind the Lucifer comic, Lee Garbett. So that's how it's looking for the Lucifer convention. I honestly don't think the way it's going, we will have future Lucifer events, but I don't think you're going to see that many of the cast together at an event again in the UK. That said, though, I don't need to start selling it or pushing it to you because it's already sold out. So there's nothing we can do there on it. But that's our Lucifer convention. It's taking place next February, and it's going to be an absolute blast. So moving out of February and into March, we then have our final survival event, our final celebration of the 100. And we've also incorporated the TV series Motherland Fort Salem into it as well. Here's a quick trailer. So there you go. That's Survival 5, our final celebration of the 100. I do have more guests to come for that. There's guests we're trying to reschedule from the original lineup still. Unfortunately, with the Vampire Ball last week, I haven't been on top of certain things I was supposed to be in order to get some contracts done and finalize some stuff. But it's being worked on at the moment. But the lineup, as it stands, it's headed with Paige Turco. We also have Luisa de Oliveira. Also joining us, not in the trailer, Chelsea Rice and Sarah Thompson from the 100. And also Tassia Telles. And joining us from Motherland Fort Salem, we have Taylor Hickson and Amalia Holm. Now, on the Motherland Fort Salem front, if you're a fan of the show and those two don't make you buy tickets, nothing is. But that's Survival 5, Our final celebration of the 100, we're also including Motherland Fort Salem, still working on additional guests and to reschedule certain guests to that. That's taking place from the 11th to the 13th of March at the Renaissance Hotel, Heathrow. So I hope you can join us at that. Now, just to also confirm, on Survival 5 and Greendale, I was speaking, and they've increased the rooming allocations for both those events. So if you need to book a hotel room for either of those events or for Starfury Destiny, they're able to take room bookings for that now. So after Survival, our next event after that is Crossroads 4. And that's our event for fans of Supernatural. Crossroads 5 was a huge success. It really was. We had a great time at it, and we've got a fantastic lineup for Crossroads 4, our 4th celebration of Supernatural. And here's the trailer. So there you go. That's Crossroads 4, our 4th celebration of the television series Supernatural. I think we've got a fantastic lineup, and I'm still working on further guests. I think we're going to have some great future announcements coming. We're looking probably at about 12 to 13 guests for that event. I'm working on some crazy names for it, so you'll just have to wait and see if I can work my magic and add them to the lineup. But it's going to be a fantastic event. It's close to sold out. So if you haven't got your ticket yet, you should think about getting it soon. Unfortunately, the Hilton Hotel has completely sold out for that one. We can't help you on rooms for that, but it's going to be a spectacular event. The last, all 3 of our Crossroads events were amazing. It's an amazing fan base, and we're going to have a fantastic time. Oh, and I quickly have to say, because apparently you're not allowed to say this at events, Destiel. Anyway, moving on to the next event, and this is one of my favorite ones because I've always been a huge comic book fan all my life. And the week after Elseworlds, we have Starfury. A week after Crossroads, we have Starfury Ultimates Elseworlds. Ultimates Crisis. It was originally called Elseworlds. I changed it to Crisis for reasons. That's taking place the 6th to the 8th of May at the Hilton Metropole Hotel, Birmingham. And here's a quick trailer for that one. So there you go. That's our celebration of the DC television and cinematic universe that's taking place next year at the Hilton Metropole Hotel from 6th to 8th of May. We've got an amazing lineup that's covering shows such as Legend of Tomorrow, Arrow, Stargirl, Batwoman, and it's headed by, we got the awesome star of Legends of Tomorrow, Katie Lotz will be joining us. Also joining us is Stargirl herself, Brett Bassinger. We also have Kat McNamara from Arrow, and a lot of you also know and love her from Shadowhunters as well. From Supergirl, we have the lovely Nicole Maines, who portrays Dreamer on the show. From Legends of Tomorrow, we've got Jess McCallan. Also from Legends of Tomorrow, we have John Constantine himself, Matt Ryan. A Starfury favorite from Batwoman, a lot of you know from Lost Girl. We've got Rachel Scarston, plays the villainous Alice on Batwoman. Also joining us, we have Jesse Rath from Supergirl, portrays Brainiac on Supergirl. From Legends of Tomorrow, we've got Nick Zano. From Stargirl, we have the villain of Stargirl, Shiv, Meg DeLacy, although she's going to be a frenemy in season 3. And from Batgirl, we have Megan Tandy. And we have from Arrow, Joseph David Jones. And finally, from Batwoman, we have Christina Wolf. Wow, that's 13 guests, and I'm not finished. I'm still working on a couple more, so you're just going to have to wait with me on there. But it's going to be an incredible lineup of heroes and villains from the DC universe. It's going to be an amazing weekend, and I hope you can join us for that. Tickets are still available, surprisingly enough, given that lineup, but tickets are still available, so don't miss out on that one. And what we did was for previously, for the first four ultimate events, we combined Marvel with DC, but we've now split the two universes, and Marvel has its own event all to its own, and that's Ultimates Agents Assemble. And here's a trailer for that event. So that's Ultimates Agents Assemble, the start of our celebration of the Marvel TV and cinematic universe, and that's taking place at the Hilton Hotel from 10th to 12th of June. Now, the lineup's looking a bit anemic at the moment. It's quite small, and that's because I'm working on bigger names, and when you're trying to get guests from the Marvel Disney Plus shows and from the Marvel movies, it takes a while and they don't like committing in advance. So bear with me in that. We'll probably start seeing more guest announcements in the new year, but I am working hard on it, and I think it's going to be a spectacular event. So stick with me on that. And we won't be forgetting Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well, because I know there's a lot of fans from that show who want to see guests from the show at Starfury. So that's Agents Assemble. And the guests we do have confirmed at the moment from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., we have Henry Simmons. Also joining us from Agent Carter and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and a lot of you know him from Dollhouse and Walking Dead and lots of other shows as well, is Enver Jokai. And from the X-Men spin-off TV series, The Gifted, we have Emma Dumont, who played Polaris on The Gifted, and we also have Skylar Samuels. So that's how Agents Assemble's looking at the moment. Don't worry, I am working on further guests, and we'll have a usual Starfury lineup to excite you for that event. But that event's taking place 10th to 12th of June. Tickets still available. I believe the Hilton has put some more hotel rooms on sale for that one. So if you were somebody who was waiting for a hotel room, some people were contacting on that. They have increased the allocation for that one. And then our next event, we move away from our usual locale of Heathrow or Birmingham, and we're up to Glasgow to celebrate the TV series Highlander. And here's our trailer for TV series Highlander. TV series is not Connor McLeod. TV series Outlander, and the event is Highlanders 5, taking place next July in Glasgow. Here's a trailer for you. So there you go. That's our 5th celebration of the television series Outlander. People, since we did the first one big complaint I've had is we're not in Scotland. And it's a bit difficult for me to do an event in Scotland because I live in London and Scottish venues are not cheap. But I totally get it. I think that Scotland is as much a star of Outlander as Sam or Kat or any of the other cast. And we're going to Glasgow for our Outlander event, the perfect location to have an Outlander convention. We're going to be at the Glasgow Hilton, and that's going to be from the 1st to the 3rd of July. We've got one guest so far, but we're working on more, and we have Duncan Lacroix joining us. He's one of the most popular stars of the show, so it's going to be great to have him along, but there are more Outlander guests to come. So that's our Outlander event, and we're going to be up in Scotland for that one. Now, those are all the events that we had announced, but we got 2 more events to announce, and one is a brand new event. It's a show that I myself am absolutely obsessed with. It's my favorite show at the moment, so I was absolutely determined to do a convention around it. I've been working hard to make it happen because I was trying to get dates that work with the filming schedule of the actors, trying to get a venue that would work for the filming so we could get the cast along to that one. The invites are out at the moment. I don't have anybody to announce, but it's a TV series on Amazon Prime at the moment, and it's based on one of my favorite ever comic books. And this convention is called VortCon. VortCon is going to be taking place from July the 15th to the 17th, 2022 at the Radisson Blu Edwardian Hotel, Heathrow, as we celebrate the television series based on the Garth Ennis comic book, The Boys. So we're going to be doing a boys convention. You're going to have to wait and see which members of the boys and which members of the Seven we get along to that event. Tickets are going on sale now. It's going to be an incredible event. It's pretty much my favorite TV series at the moment. So I can't wait to hold that event. It's going to be great. So I hope you'll join us for that one. We'll be covering the television series, but we'll also be covering the comic as well, because I'm a huge Garth Ennis fan. Wasn't just a fan of The Boys. I used to read Preacher, The Crossed, his work on Judge Dredd, all his stuff. Massive Garth Ennis fan. So I'm really looking forward to that one. So I hope that you guys, if you're fans of The Boys, you'll join us for that one. As I said, tickets are going on sale now for that one, and that's the 15th to the 17th of July at the Radisson Blu Hotel, Heathrow. Now, finally, we've got a competition, another competition for you. Remember we did a competition the other week? Well, I've got a Prince Charming pop signed by Josh Dallas. He signed 2 of them for me. I don't have any Bex Madder, only signed the 1 for me. And I have another one signed by Colin O'Donoghue, Captain Hook pop, this time with Excalibur, Captain Hook pop. Those Funko Pops, you can't get them anymore. They're vaulted, they're signed, and you can win one if you go on our Twitter and you do a retweet. And that competition is going to be open until tomorrow afternoon. And if you do a retweet, you could win those. And the reason we're doing this competition, so there you go, you could win those 2 pops signed by Josh Dallas and Colin O'Donoghue. Now, the reason we're doing this competition is Enchanted 3 is really weird. At first, it wasn't supposed to be the last Once Upon a Time event. We were fully planned to do an Enchanted 4. However, with COVID, with the postponement, we literally had refund requests to 50% of the attendees. So I felt it was time to rest Once Upon a Time. However, I've been getting so much feedback from it. We're going to give it one more go. We're going to do one final Once Upon a Time event so that we can give all the fans a chance to properly say goodbye to Once Upon a Time. So all the Once fans, we have a Enchanted 4 taking place, and Enchanted 4 will be taking place from the 18th to the 20th of November at the Hilton Metropole Hotel, Birmingham. And we're going to be celebrating Once Upon a Time. Tickets are going on sale now. So there you go. That definitely will be our final one, but we're really going to go hell for leather to make it a spectacular event. It's also going to be up to you guys. I'm going to base the guests I go for based on the ticket sales. So people have been clamoring for this. So prove it, order your tickets, and I'll go from there. We do have a first guest to announce, and the first guest that we have confirmed for our 4th Enchanted event. I'm calling it Enchanted Forever. But our first guest who will be joining us is Beverly Elliott, who plays Granny on the show. So there you go. They've got Beverly Elliott joining us. I've only just started working on the guests, so we'll have more guests to announce shortly. In the past, I've always just gone for brand new guests, but as we've had 3 events now, it'll probably be a mixture of some new guests and some old popular familiar faces as well. But that's going to be Enchanted 4, our final event. It's going to be the last one, so make sure you join us. We've got Beverly Elliott joining us, and that's the 18th to the 20th of November, the Hilton Metropole Hotel. The Hilton isn't taking room bookings just yet, but we should have the link up within the next 1 to 2 weeks. That's nearly everything. However, I just wanted to give a quick update on Red Dragon 6 for all the Hannibal fans who've been waiting very patiently on that event. We're still working on that. The big problem I have, there's actually 2 problems I have with the Hannibal event. Now, firstly, I'm trying to work the event so it fits in with the schedule for Mads Mikkelsen and for Hugh Dancy to see if I can get them both back. But the other consideration that I have, more so than any other Starfury event, is the international attendees. For all the other Starfury events, the vast majority of attendees who come to the events are from the UK. And we get a certain number who come from Europe, from Ireland, or from France, or from Germany, and we have sometimes some come from America. But by and large, 90% of the attendees are going to be UK based. So even coming out of COVID now, it's not a huge issue. With the Red Dragon event, it's literally 50 to 60% of the attendees are international. And it's not just from France and Germany, but we get attendees from Australia and a lot from Korea and a lot from Japan. And just the flight issues, looking at it myself, if I was a fan looking at flying abroad, I'm not sure. And with the tests you have to do and all the issues, it's just, I want to try and push Red Dragon as much as I can towards the end of the year, so that the international fans who've always supported the event in the past, especially those from places like Japan and Korea and Australia, where it's very difficult to travel at the moment, I just want to make sure that they're looked after and supported as well. I don't want to bump it at dates which makes it impossible for them to attend. At the same time, I don't want to bump it on dates that makes it impossible to get either Mass or Hugh. I really want to make sure that we get those guys along. So that's where we currently stand with Starfury. Hopefully we'll have a Destiny event next year, but that's how it's looking for 2022. I just wanted to have a quick chat with you all, have a quick catch up, because we finished our events apart from Destiny for 2021, and to let you know, if you weren't at them, they went great. We all had a wonderful time. I think everybody, the feedback I got from the fans was that they felt COVID safe. We've had no reports of anybody catching COVID. The actors and the managers all felt COVID safe, and everybody was happy with the precautions, and they didn't feel it ruined their entertainment of the event. There was no wearing of masks in the photo sessions. That's not going to happen. No plexiglass in the photo ops. That's not going to happen. There was no touch, but we made it fun. We had face shields in the meet and greets. We made it all work. And a lot of the reason we were able to make it work was the fans were great and really supportive and really came out to support it. So I hope you'll be joining us in 2022. Tickets for VortCon are on sale now. I love the boys. Please join us at that event so I can make it the most incredible event ever. Also, tickets are on sale now for Enchanted 4. You wanted it. I've listened to you. I'm doing one more Once Upon a Time event. A month ago, I would have sworn that I wasn't, but now I'm doing it. I've put my foot in. So make sure you get a ticket. We've got Beverly Elliott all ready for that event. We're going to get a great lineup of awesome guests for that as well. But other than that, thank you for joining us. I hope you see you at Destiny. You can get a free ticket. Come along and party with us at Destiny. Otherwise, I hope I see you at a Starfury event next year. Don't forget to join in on our Twitter competition. You could win 2 signed vaulted pops. But other than that, I'm going to take my leave of you now. Thank you for joining us tonight. Please stay safe and well, and I hope to see you at a Starfury event or maybe on another Facebook Live soon. But do take care.
Oh